What's up YouTube, Northwest Farm Dad here. Today we're going to talk about how difficult it is to try and get a heavy duty pickup truck in today's environment, and specifically how screwed up Ford logistics and customer communications are. So let's go back to December 24th, 2021. Went to my local dealership. Took the specifications for a 2022 F350 Super Duty with a 6.7 liter diesel engine and the specific options that I wanted for that truck. Dealership told me, hey, you're looking at 16 to 18 weeks. Everything on the blogs told me that I should expect 20 to 22 weeks, but I was anticipating getting a truck sometime like late April to end of May. Ford doesn't really communicate much with you other than your initial order until your vehicle has a VIN number assigned and it's scheduled for production. For me, that happened in late April. I got a VIN number and I was told that my vehicle was scheduled for production the second week of May, and I got a delivery date of the 3rd to 9th of June. Fantastic. We're hitting the window. Things are looking good. The build progresses. Truck is finished on May 12th, and it's scheduled to ship out to the Kent, Washington, Burlington Northern Yard via CSX Railways out of the Kentucky truck plant. So I end up talking to the dealer. I am able to get the rail car number, and in talking with in calling the CSX automated phone line, I can actually track the progress of the train car from Kentucky up to Chicago, where it sat for a week, and then across from Chicago over to the Kent rail yard. It arrived in Kent on June 2nd. And from June 2nd, the entire process completely fell apart. So the truck was supposed to be at my dealership and to me by June 9th. And over the course of the coming days and weeks, I am continuing to call the dealership and Ford marketing, and I get told, yep, you're good the 9th, you're good the 9th, you're good the 9th. Uh-oh, yeah, sorry, it's the 12th, and it's a trucking issue. We're having difficulty getting trucks to bring it the 50 miles from the rail yard to your dealership. We go, then the 12th becomes the 12th to the 18th, and then that becomes all the way pushed out to July 4th for a delivery, which is, frustrating, but at least we have a date. Well, sometime around like the 20th of June, my dealership is getting antsy because I'm calling them every day trying to figure out what's going on, and they find out that the truck actually has a factory hold for an emissions chip recall, which the dealership tells me is a 30-minute repair. They can knock this thing out relatively quickly. They just need the truck and the part. They'll get it done and they'll give me the truck. Well, Ford, in their infinite wisdom, this past week decided that rather than have my dealership perform the 30-minute repair, they're going to rail ship the truck from Kent, Washington, 1,800 miles to the Kansas City Ford truck plant to do the repair, and then they're going to ship it from Kansas City back to Seattle. So a 3,600 plus mile round trip for this truck that allegedly starts tomorrow, and I'm guessing is going to be 2 weeks one way, at least 2 weeks to do the repair because it's going to sit in a lot because nobody cares, and then 2 weeks back to Seattle. It'll sit in the rail yard in Kent for a couple weeks until it gets trucked to my dealership. So my best guess at this point is mid to late August for truck delivery, which is super frustrating because I sold my old truck on June 2nd when Ford told me I was going to have a truck the next day or at the very latest on June 9th. So as far as a company goes and as far as communication goes, Ford is absolutely horrific. I received one update email from Ford, and that was after the 4th delay. They gave me the July 4th update, but none of the previous delays were communicated via email. If you call Ford marketing, they tell you to call your dealer. If you call your dealer, they tell you, well, we're trying to get a hold of Ford, but nobody at Ford cares and wants to tell you anything. So I guess the nut of it is I will never order or buy a Ford again, I don't think. I'm hoping to still take delivery of this vehicle only because I'd be in the same boat. Like, you can't buy a Dodge Super, a Dodge 3500. I can't go out and buy a 3500 Chevy, and I've got horses and cows that need to get hauled around. And so I still think this is probably the fastest I can get a vehicle. But man, Ford is an absolute disaster right now, and I strongly encourage anybody who's looking at a Super Duty, at ordering a Super Duty, or dealing with Ford to look elsewhere, because this has been just a terrible process, and it is not my local dealer. This is 100% on the Ford factory, Ford logistics, Ford technology, and IT. Like, they are the ones that are dropping the ball and failing on the customer communication side of the house. So anyhow, sorry for my 5-minute rant today, but this is what it's like trying to run a farm, get equipment, and deal with Ford.